let's get into the picks real quick for the week, and then guys, we're going to go through your comments there. I see a whole bunch of comments we got to go through. Now, I think we're 40 minutes in, guys. So I think we're going to do a little bit of an abbreviated version of our picks here real quick, because quite frankly, I don't think you all want to be here for 5 hours while we talk about every game like that. But if you have any questions on the games, feel free to put in the chat there, whether now or if you're watching later on. We'll go ahead and answer any questions you guys have. But let's get right into the picks. So we got to start off with the fact that apparently Rob somehow paid some refs off at this point this week because absolutely insane the week he had, guys. Absolutely insane. Now, like I said, that's the weird thing. I'm not even upset with my picks. That's the weird thing. It's almost like that. It reminds me kind of like of that game when Eli and Drew Brees kept going back and forth for touchdowns, and like somebody had to lose. Like we both did, I think, pretty good. The big spot you got me on was the spread picks. That I wasn't as great on this week here.
But trifectas too.
But the trifectas was because of your spreads. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to get over unders.
You got me on a few of them, yes. But I'm saying we both had 11 picks right on the straight up picks out of the 15
which
games
is
we
fun.
had.
Which is fun.
73%. I'll take that all day long. The spread picks, you had 11 spread picks still on top of that. So I had 6. So I only have 40% of the spread picks. That wasn't as good a spread pick week for me. Again, 73% for you. Over unders, I had 8. That's 53%. I'll take it. Anytime you're over 50, I'll take it. You got 11 again. 73%. The straight up trifectas they're getting. The straight up pick, the spread pick, and the over unders. You had 7. I was almost thinking it should be 11 when I was looking at it. I'm like, what is 11?
Yeah.
Seems to be a common occurrence here. And I had 4, which again, 4 of them is not a bad week. You just freaking crushed it. You had 40 total points this week. And I'm looking to verify real quick. I think that is like by far the most points that
of this years thus far.
So last week I had 36. That was the highest one we had all week long. Now, my 29, ironically enough, that I had this week is our third highest. No, sorry, fourth. Yeah, fourth highest total that we've had all year long out of 14. So it still wasn't bad. It's just 40 is crushing it. So my huge lead that I had of 12 points, guys, is down to 1. Because the Rob's cheating.
Oh, yeah, I'm cheating.
You accuse me of cheating every week when I win, so it's only fair.
So you do the tallies.
Alrighty. We're going to go through real quick, guys, for you. Each of these games coming up this week. Now, we already gave you the Vikings-Rams pick. We said Vikings, and under. Now, I don't even know what's going on in that game, to be honest.
It is tied 14-14 at halftime.
So, okay.
So
yeah, that's not looking good for the over-under for us necessarily, but who knows? You know, that could still change there, but that's anybody's game, obviously, still. So, like I said, we're going to go through nice and quick here. So we're going to start off Eagles at Bengals at that point for the first 1 o'clock game. The Bengals are getting 2.5 points in this at that point because they're the underdogs. I'm sorry, they're losing 2.5 points because they are the favorites. It's a 48-point over/under, and the Eagles, by the way, are 0-4-1 all time in Cincinnati. But the Bengals haven't won a single game at home this week. This year. So interesting game. Someone's got to break that winless streak there. I'm going to say Bengals to win. I'm going to say Bengals to go ahead and beat that spread. But I'm going to under. I just have a feeling that the Eagles aren't going to put up a ton of points. It's going to be kind of a letdown. They were running on all fumes last week because they really wanted to do something for Barkley. That's not going to be there anymore. And they're going to get a little bit of a letdown, I think, in this game. What you got, Rob?
I actually have the complete opposite of you.
There we go. I can get my points back.
And nope, that's when I take the lead. Because we have a lot of similar picks this week, but this is probably the only complete opposite game that we have. I'm thinking the Eagles win this game. The Eagles against the spread, because that, obviously 2.5 points means absolutely nothing in modern NFL. Like, unless it's 21-20, but then I don't get the over-under. But I think that the Bengals offense is by far god-awful. And their offense is fantastic, and I just think that the average offense and average defense that you have with Philadelphia is going to be enough to get the over here. And I think it's going to be like, I don't think it's going to be a super high scoring game, but it's going to be like one of those games where it's going to be like 24-27, where it's going to get over 50 points. And the Eagles are probably going to win because the Bengals just don't know how to do it at home.
All right.
Up next, another you get your first divisional rivalry of the week. You get the Ravens going into Cleveland playing the Browns. And the Browns are once again the crap bowl of the league. And they're giving up 8.5 points to the Ravens. They're just, getting a home right at home. And the over-under is 44.5 points. What can you say of this game? You got Sean Watson, which might be the best things for the Browns that he is out. And you don't want to, I don't want to wish ill on anyone, but if anyone in the NFL is going to go down, let's be real. It's Sean Watson deserves it the most. And you got James Winston coming out as a meme himself, being the funniest guy in the NFL, trying to defend.
He's a backup now. He's officially moved up to backup quarterback.
Wasn't he starting now? Oh, actually, no, he's hurt. He's hurt as well.
Yeah. No, they downgraded him to the emergency quarterback last week when they got injured. They want Dorian Thompson to go ahead and do it. So so they're gonna let the kid do it. They already know what Winston is at that point. Again, Winston wasn't the fact they want him as a backup quarterback would have been a decent trade option for the Giants if they want to get a quarterback in for the rest of the year, but that's probably dead now with that. So,
probably. So I'm taking the Ravens to win this game. Let's be real. The Browns are a terrible team. The Ravens are playing like how they should be. They're coming back too, especially in October. So I'm going to go and take them in this in the cover and the spread as well. And I'm taking the over just because it's a divisional game. But I also think that the Ravens are going to put up that many points in this game.
I'm with you. I got the same exact thing. So we got the Titans at the Lions next up here, guys. So Titans at the Lions. Lions are 11-point favorites in this. Sheesh, that's a ridiculous freaking spread. 45 points is the over-under. Now, Detroit has hit the over in each of the last 3 games that they've played in. Tennessee has hit 3 out of the last 4 overs. So, yeah, guys, guess where I'm going in that game. I got the Lions to win it. I think the Lions are actually going to beat the spread even. I think this is going to be an absolute demolishing. And I got the over on the points because history tells us that's what these two teams like to do. And it's for the Titans, unfortunately, it's because they like to give up a lot of points more than than they want to score a lot of points. But, because of those factors, I'm going over on that.
Yeah, I agree with you for the most part. Lions are going to win. The Lions are going to slam this game. They're going to crush. They're going to slam a jamma. But I'm going to take the under this game because I don't have faith in the Titans to put up many points in this game whatsoever. And I think it's just going to be, if the over's going to hit in this game, it's going to be by the Lions. And I just don't think they're going to do it by themselves.
Oh, they're not going to 35 is going to be the Lions. 35-10, I'm calling it.
Yeah, 35-3. It's going to be shellacking. But up next gets a little interesting because you got the Cardinals going into Miami to welcome Tua Tagovailoa back. Welcome to Miami, where we all get concussed. And today, Junior, the Dolphins are 3.5-point favorites at home. Tua's coming back. It's his homecoming, if you will. And over under this game is 45.5 points. If I'm going to bet this game, actually, if I'm going to tell anyone about betting this game, I'm going to say El Paso. I don't want to touch this game. You got Tua coming back. He's probably going to play well since he's been out for 4 weeks.
Yep.
You got the Cardinals who've played decent, but they play like the Cardinals have been playing for the past 6 years. Not
they're
great.
Like the Giants of the West. They play just good enough to get your hopes up every so often.
Yeah, they're a bunch of jobbers out there, if you will. Yeah. But I'm going to take the Dolphins because you got Tyreek Hill still, and you still got some high-powered offensive weapons over there. They're going to get, I think they'll get hyped up with Tua coming back, being able to throw the ball around. I'm going to take the the Dolphins to win in the spread as well, and I'm going to take the over because I think Tua's going to try to prove a point, and I don't think the Dolphins defense is exact enough to stop Murray that much, where it's just going to be a high scoring game.
I'm with you on everything, and the big thing for me is the fact that the over under here on this whole thing. That's the weird thing on this. So Tua, like you said, coming back when Tua's been a quarterback for the Dolphins their last 2 seasons, 26.8 points per game the average. Other quarterbacks 13.1. That's a little crazy. Actually, I'm sorry. It's going back even further. It's going back to 2022. So Arizona, meanwhile, has hit the under each of its last 3 games because they don't score a lot of points. They got a good defense. It's kind of like the Giants. You kind of expect an under anytime they play. So I just think this is a good enough offense. Like you said, the emotions coming back with Tua coming back. So I'm with you 100%. Dolphins over. So, all right, let's get into the other New York team here. You got the Jets at the Patriots there. Patriots are getting 7 points in this. It's a 41 over under. Now, the Patriots, though, guys, are winless against the spread and straight up picks over its last 6 games, guys. They're doing pretty bad. New York, so the Jets, though, winless versus the spread and straight up each of the last 4 games. Someone's got to break a streak here. We're going streaking. We're going streaking through the gymnasium. Oh, going a little old school here. But guys, I just think the Jets are gonna do just enough at that point there to win the game. I think it's gonna be a very low scoring game. I think that's gonna be the game where you all of a sudden have a really tight divisional matchup there because these guys obviously see each other quite often, and neither team can put up a lot of points right now. So I got the under, and I think it's going to be just close enough for the Patriots to beat that spread. So I got Jets to win, Patriots to beat the spread, and I got the under on that, which, by the way, would break both streaks if that happens.
That would be amazing. I agree with you as well that the Jets are going to win this game, but the Pats are going to cover in a close game. But it's probably going to go in the over because let's face it, Drake May has been putting up some points as the Patriots quarterback, which is weird to say over the past couple of years, but he's getting multiple touchdowns per game. And you also have Aaron Rodgers you can't cut out, which will also get multiple touchdowns in each game. So if you get 2 apiece, you get 28 points. Yeah, it's easy peasy, but there's going to be a couple Bryce Youngs and some more touchdowns in this game and in the close. All right, up next, you got the Falcons going into Drew's area playing the Buccaneers.
Oh, yes. I'm
the
stadium.
Bucs are giving up 2.5 points to the Falcons in this game, and the over-under is 46 points. I had some difficulty picking this game, but you have to look at this realistically. You have Mike Evans, who's his hamstring, who knows where it's going to be at. You had Godwin, who dislocated his ankle, which is weird because he might be coming back later this year, but that injury looks pretty gruesome.
Bad.
It looks pretty bad.
Almost Nick Chubb bad.
I saw that and I went, ooh, is that a broken tip of the fibula? Like, ew, gross.
Things to make
but when these guys play each other pretty tough the first time around.
Yes.
But I don't think it's going to be as much as a high scoring game. So yeah, it was just difficult for me. I took the Falcons in this game. I took the Falcons to cover, and I'm taking the under because I don't think they're going to be throwing 5 touchdowns apiece in this game.
Yeah, this I think is going to be a really, really high scoring game, and that's the only thing I disagree with you on. Do you know what the record is for most passing yards by a Falcon?
It was Kirk Cousins with 500 yards.
The last time he played the Buccaneers, he lit the Bucs for 509 yards, guys. And that was a 36-30 overtime victory for the Falcons there. So 66 points. Again, 66 points between these two teams. Baker Mayfield is actually leading the NFL right now in passing touchdowns, 3 in each of the last 3 weeks. Think about that, guys. 9 in 3 weeks. In less than half the season, he's probably beating Daniel Jones by at least 8. I know that's mean. It's okay. Say it. No, he's
he
actually
went
got
there.
6 touchdowns, Daniel Jones. So it's not. He's still beating him. He's beating him for the last 2 weeks, but I mean, tying him at least for the last 2 weeks. But it is what it is. Yeah. So I got Falcons over. I think it's gonna be a really high
Nice.
scoring game. I would say this too. Watch, guys, Giant fans. Watch for Sterling Shepard. He's gonna have a big role in this game. I'm telling you right now.
Yes, 100% he will be.
Nice to see him not get hurt for once. All right,
Mm.
next up. Yep, you there?
Yeah, up here. You're up. Drew?
Huh? I'm there.
You there?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Oh, we're here. Drew, you're up. Talk about
Oh,
this
is it
game.
my turn? Okay, Packers at the. It's been a long day, guys. Packers at the Jaguars. Jaguars are getting 3.5 points in this. The over/under is 49.5, guys. What's interesting on this, as we talk about the what's been going on in the games here, the Jaguars have hit the over on the last 3 games. The Packers have hit the under in the last 3 games. So that's going to be the hardest part of this game to figure out, because let's be honest here, the Packers are a better team and it's not even close. So I got Packers to win, Packers to cover the spread. I'm going to go under on this. And I'm going to say that the that the defense for the Packers just gets this done, stops Trevor Lawrence, aka the per plus version of Daniel Jones, to go ahead and get this going here. And I'm going to ask Mr. Anonymous Lemur over here, as you're being called apparently on our Google spreadsheet we have open. Anonymous Lemur, who do you have?
Nice.
That's what it says. It says on my thing when I look over your thing. When I hover over you're on, it says, "Oh, Anonymous Lemur's on this."
That's hysterical. Well,
It's
I agree with you. The Packers
on the top.
Well, I agree with you. The Packers are going to win this game. The Packers are going to cover this game. I just think it's going to be the over. Granted, Xavier McKinney, X is going to give it to you, has been playing lights out in safety for Green Bay. But I think this is a coming out party for Love as well, because let's be real, the Jaguars defense is god awful, and Trevor Lawrence does get a lot of crap around the NFL, but he also can put up some points. Granted, there's ETN some issues, but I think they're going to go in the over in this game. So it should be fun to watch, but like you said, this is going to be all over the place. Up next, you got a fun old divisional game. You got the Colts going into Houston, playing the Texans. The Texans are giving up 5.5 points. They're 5.5 point favorites in this game, I should say. The over-under is 46.5 points. This game depends on Anthony Richardson. Is he going to show up? Is he going to play? Is he going to play like he plays for half the time in the NFL, or is he going to play the other half time? Is he going to look like an amazing quarterback, or like he's injured again?
Yeah.
Let's be real, because sometimes he goes out there and plays and he doesn't look good at all. But there's other times you look like this is the future of the NFL. But that's also to say the Texans also have not had their issues this year as well. But this is a divisional game, and the Houston is playing at home. They're the better team. I'm taking the Texans to win this game. I'm taking the Colts to cover that 5 points. I think it's going to be a really close game, and I'm going to take the under in this 46.5 points, because let's be real, both these teams have not been scoring as high powered as they should be. Grant, they could, but I'm going to take it down in this game.
So here's some interesting stats for you real quick to tell you point blank why I'm going to be at where I'm at in this whole game. And that makes a lot of sense, I think. Texans are undefeated at home. They're 500 on the road. Texans literally have beaten their opponents by a combined 6 points on the season. That's it. The Colts, 6-1 against the spread, which is, by the way, the best record in the NFL. Not that gets them any kind of trophy or banner or anything, but 6-1 against the spread. So, guys, yeah, Texans to win, Colts to cover, and under, just like you said, is what I got as well. So we're in the same boat for this one here as well. So next up, we got the Saints at the Chargers. Starting the 4:00 games here, guys. So the Chargers are a 7.5 point favorite in this. Obviously, that's a lot because of how the Saints been playing lately without Derek Carr. 40.5 points is the spread, guys. That's definitely would have been a whole lot different than what it would be. Just a little bit a couple weeks ago there. The year started and they were just on fire, the Saints team. Derek Carr still out of practice. He is resumed throwing, but he is not going to be expected to be playing this week there. So got at least one more week if you're a Saints fan of watching your team be like the Giants and suck. So because of that, I got Chargers. I do think Chargers are more of a run game kind of team than they have been in the past. They're a little more lower scoring than they have been in the past. So I do think they'll probably cover the spread in this. I give the Saints that at least, not a complete embarrassment. And I got the under on the points because, again, both teams aren't going to be high-flying offenses this week. So Chargers, Saints, under.
I agree with you 100%. I think the Chargers are the better team in this matchup. I think the quarterback play
team better matchup. The better team in this matchup.
You might be right there.
I may be crazy.
Like you said, Derek Carr is out there.
It just may be a lunatic you're looking for.
Ooh.
Turn off the light.
Both defenses are probably going to show up in this game. And like you said, Jim Harbaugh is he took over this offense, and it's a run-first offense. We talked about old school football, and that's what they do. That's what the Harbaughs do. They run first, ask questions later. So I'm taking the under as well in this game. So, yeah, Chargers, Saints, and then in the under. Just another trifecta, lock in the books.
Here's a good stat for the Chargers. The Chargers have scored the least amount of points in the AFC West at 106. They've also given up the least amount at 83. Both of them by far the lowest in their in their division. Yet they're still 3-3. In fact, their 83 points against is the lowest in the AFC. They're tied with the Titans for points, guys.
It's impressive.
They've only scored one more touchdown all year long than the Patriots. That's how different this Chargers team is than prior years, guys.
Yeah.
We called it going into it. This was not going to be the old Chargers. This is going to be
I'm pretty sure in the first 3 weeks of football, the Saints put up more points than what the Chargers have done all year.
Probably.
But the Saints since then the Saints have put up maybe 80 points.
Exactly. So
all right, up next you got the Bills going to Seattle playing them Hawks. them sea pigeons. The Hawks are favored in this by 3 points. Well, it's actually they're given 3 points in this game. And then the over under is 47.5 points. Let's be honest here. This Seahawks team is still beat up. They're still not playing great football. They've been playing better football, but the Bills are a better team. They're going to win this game. That 3-point favorites doesn't mean that much because they're probably going to win by 7. And I'm going to take the over because I do think that the Bills defense, as much as they've been playing decent this year, they're not. The Eugene Smiths out there is going to put up some points.
Yeah. It's interesting because you look at how this whole thing started for Amari Cooper in Buffalo. 4 catches, 66 yards, got a touchdown. It's off to a good start for a guy that didn't even practice all week with the team, basically. But then you look at the Seahawks, and like you said, they have been playing good as of late. They basically lost 3 games in a row. But then last week, all of a sudden, they come back against the Falcons, 34-14, a very good team. This is going to be a closer matchup potentially, but I think that the Bills still squeak this out. I'm with you. I got Bills, and I got the over.
Bills for days. Pay them Bills. Oh, we already did that. Never mind.
I got Bills.
They're multiplying.
No, that's chills.
Oh, never
I'm losing control. Better shape up.
Pay that rent.
Anyway, Panthers at the Broncos next up. We get the 4:25 games, which always crazy.
4:20.
Why are you doing 4 o'clock and then 4:30 games? Just start them all at 4. Stop it. But anyway, this is going to be kind of an interesting matchup, I think, because the Broncos have been a little bit hot lately. They're a 10-point favorite in this game, guys. 10 points, and with just a 41.5-point spread. That just tells you how close the pundits think this game is going to be. And why do they think
Yeah.
that? Because they believe the Panthers are going to be coming up short because Bryce Young is the quarterback again this week after an accident for the Red Ryder BB gun there himself and Andy Dalton, who hopefully everything's good with his family. I haven't heard any updates as far as that. Again, I don't pretend to follow the Panthers that closely, so there probably is an update that I just haven't seen. But yeah, this is going to be a bad game for Panthers fans, guys. I'm just hoping that Andy Dalton might want to take a rest for a few weeks and let Bryce Young continue going until the Giants play him. But part of me also wishes otherwise. Is part of me doesn't want to win because I want the draft pick. I'm so torn. I'm so torn.
uh,
I'm like the anti-tank guy, so it's like, but it's just like, oh my god, we need a quarterback ready. But anyway,
these other teams have to do better than us.
yeah, I just need the Panthers start winning, along with the Patriots and a couple other teams. But yeah, I got Broncos to win. I actually think the Broncos will cover the spread, and I do think it's going to be the over just because of how low it is. It's not going to be that much lower, but like watch this be where the Broncos score like another like 37 points like they did last week, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 33 points last week it was against the aforementioned Saints. But guys, they've been putting up some points. They put up 33 against the Saints. They put up just 16 against the Chargers, which, like we said, gave up the least amount of points of any team in the entire AFC. Then they put up 34 against the Raiders. So it's almost like the Bo Nix kind of figures something out here. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. But if you're going to find it out, you're going to find out against the Panthers, who point blank stinks. So I got Raiders. I got Raiders. I got Raiders winning in the Broncos and Panthers game.
It's amazing.
It'd be a crazy ending. But I got Broncos, and I got the over.
Yeah. So Bo Nix definitely figured something out. That defense over in Denver has been playing fantastic. So I am taking the Broncos to win this game. I think they're going to skunk the Panthers. So I'm going to take that cover as well. I'm taking them in the spread. 10 points. And I've talked about this a lot. But I'm not saying the Broncos are that great of a team. I'm just saying that the Panthers are that bad of a team. They're going to get skunked by the Broncos, who's been playing lights out in defense. Top 5 defense probably in the league right now. Yeah. And their offense is playing average, which they're playing against a terrible defense and not so good offense. So I'm going to take the under in this game because I don't have faith in the Panthers to put up points. I think this game is going to be more like a 30-3 game, and you get the under. Like, it's going to be a bad looking game. But up next, at the next game, talk about the Broncos. You got their divisional rivals over here. You got the Chiefs going over to the Raiders. The Raiders.
Now let's battle Emer.
The Raiders Vegas are saying they're going to get skunked because they're giving 9.5 points at home, and the over under in this game is 41.5 points. And in a divisional game against the Chiefs, who have been playing, obviously they're undefeated, they're playing good football, but they have also not been playing like the Chiefs have been playing since Patrick Mahomes came to the league. They're playing closer, old school football. As we talked before, run the ball, run the clock. Let's let the time run down. Granted, they do put up points, but I'm going to take the Chiefs to win this game. I'm going to take the Chiefs to win this game. I'm actually going to take the Raiders to cover 9.5 points. Like, the Raiders have not been playing good football, but they're playing against a divisional rival, and they're playing in Vegas. So, like, you got to get some respect to the home team.
No respect.
No respect. And I'm going to take the over in this game because literally 42 points is nothing.
Yeah. I'm 100% with you in this game. 100%. So let's
Aw.
get into the disappointment bowl because people are disappointed by this game because they thought it was going to be Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels. Looks like Jaden Daniels is not going to play. And then it's going to be the Marcus Mariota show, which, let's be honest, not even Marcus Mariota wants to see Marcus Mariota play at this point. If that's just
Or his
the way it's
wife.
got, she'll pretend to at least.
Yeah. Touche.
She'll be like, he'll be like, hey, dear, I'm going to play football tonight. I have a headache. I'm sorry. No, football, not football.
Yeah.
Don't mention headaches. Two is around somewhere.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah. So Bears at the Commanders. You got 2.5 point underdog. The Commanders are because of this quarterback issue, and 43 points for the over under guys. Listen, the Bears defense has been playing pretty decent. You got Marcus Mariota coming in there at that point there. To me, I feel like this is going to be a route game. And you guys know I'm not a huge fan of Caleb Williams. I think this is going to be a game he looks good in. I think this is going to be a game that you go, oh, God, here's the old Commanders again. This is how important Jane Daniels is to this franchise right now. So I got Bears to win, Bears to obviously cover at that point, 2.5 points, ain't nothing. And I got the over.
Yeah, I agree with you for the most part. 66.6% of this, what you picked, I'm going to agree with.
I think 66.66666% even.
66666.
The number of the beast.
But yeah, like you said, with that Daniel playing for the Commanders, what do they got going for them? Like it's not much. And you got Williams that's been playing better football, and the Bears defense actually kind of been showing up a little bit there. So yeah, Bears win, Bears cover. The Lemurs gets the picks. Lemur gets the picks in, and I'm going to take the under in this game just because I don't have faith that Mariota is going to put up points.
You got to have faith, as Fred Durst and George Michaels would say.
Yes. Going to Sunday Night Football.
Sunday night.
Night. You got the boys, them good old boys.
No, they're not the good old boys.
No, not at all. They haven't.
That's a TV show with a car.
I was going to say it's a good song.
It's a good old boys.
But yes, you got the Cowboys going into San Francisco playing the Niners. The Niners are giving up 4 points at home to the boys, and it's a 46.5 over under. Both teams are a little bit on offense, but the Niners got a way better defense. The Niners are going to make Dak look silly. They always do when they play. So I'm taking the Niners to win. I'm going to take the Niners to cover this spread as well. But I'm going to take the under in this game because I think it's going to be one of those low-scoring games, sadly.
You know, I'm hoping that the Dallas Cowboys are sponsored by Rice-A-Roni because San Francisco is going to feast on the Cowboys this week. That's point blank what's going to happen. And I'm assuming, based on what I've learned in commercials, that's what people in San Francisco eat. So I'm going to go with the 49ers to win. I'm going to go with them to cover the spread. And I'm with you on the under as well. So, yeah, we're same across the board on this one. So let's get into the game here that we've already talked about a little bit here, just yesterday's episode. Yeah. So if you haven't heard anything on the game yet, you want to hear the full breakdown, go right on to YouTube, pop in there to the two Giant Goofballs, go right to the podcast page, and that'll get you yesterday's episode. The clips will be out later on. I think they're coming out like tomorrow, probably or Saturday.
Most likely.
Yeah, depends on what I plan on doing when I do the other episodes. They have the clips from today. So, but yeah, Giants, Steelers, Monday Night Football in Pittsburgh. Steelers are 6-point favorites. Over under is 36.5, which, by the way, guys, is by far the lowest over under this week. The lowest over unders otherwise is 41 points. That's how low scoring of a game they expect this to be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Steelers. We talked about it. Daniel Jones sucks at primetime games. A 1-14 record on primetime, the worst by any starting quarterback since the merger with a minimum of 10 starts. He's also gone 7 straight primetime starts without throwing a touchdown pass. That's how bad it's been. So Yeah, think about it. It's almost half a season, guys. That's how many games it's been. That's really bad. Yeah, so I got Giants to lose to the Steelers. I got the Steelers to cover the spread. I got the under on this as well. I think this is going to be a really, really bad game. And I'm hoping, I hate to say it this way, I'm hoping this is the Daniel Jones swan song. But we'll find out. That's not our call, obviously.
Yep. I agree with you for the most part, but I do have a little bit of faith in the Giants to get that spread.
I'm going to keep on doing it.
Yeah, because I do think they'll cover the spread. I think the defense is going to keep it close enough against the Steelers offense, which, I mean, granted, yes, they looked good last week with Wilson in there, but I do think that I don't think the Steelers offense is that good. I just think they play at a higher level, but I think they're also playing a better defense than they've seen. So I do think that they'll cover because the Steelers have played some really close games this year, and I think that's what this game's. I should say really close. They're probably going to win this game and be dominant, but not win by 6 points in a dominant fashion. But they're going to take a lead and just never look back.
Yeah, I think that I really think it's going to be like that kind of bad, like a 21-3 kind of blowout. Like I mean, like a low-scoring blowout is what it's going to end up being. Like I'm more and more pessimistic as the week progresses here, guys. That's not good. So
to 16.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna
17.
find out, and let's see if I can get back some of my lead that Rob chipped away there as he freaking crushed me last week there. So I'm still up there, but it's just 1 point. 1 is the loneliest number that there'll ever be. 2 is just as sad as 1. Let's get. It's like, is that song about doing a threesome? Is that what that is? Hold on, I just thought about that.
It's about a breakup.
Is it? But 2 is just as sad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1. I'm just saying.
Pretty sure it's when you break up with someone that you don't really care about anymore, and you're slowly in a relationship. Could be about a threesome. I don't know.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
We'll let you guys know about Sunday.
Next episode, we'll talk about this.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.